After a marathon of a season, it is only fitting that our final trial to decide it all is the aptly named marathon event, one that has crowned champions before and broken the hopes and dreams of others. 5 teams will look to answer the call today on this track that lays before you, hoping to etch their names into Marble Sports Games history. Hello everybody, I'm the Emperor. You can see the standings. They're up before you. Marvelous Mints down to the Greenies. The gap is 20. Those 5 teams can still win. And no, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got a very special guest here on the call. Mr. Ramen Powder is here to join us for the finale.
Hello everyone, I am delighted to be here for what promises to be an absolute barnstormer of a finale, one of the closest seasons of Marble Sports Games, and we're already off in the first heat in the marathon. There will be 5 rounds of racing where the marbles will get points in each of the rounds. The top 4 from each heat of 8 will advance on to the final. Final will have 5 rounds as well, where after 5 rounds we will have a winner. And in this first round, I see the Golden Lynx's Team Eagle in that top 2. Of course, we have a bunch of contenders here in this first one, so where did they all shake out?
Very interesting off the bat. Team Eagle, one of the teams that actually has good marathon experience. They've won this event twice. Hawk won it back in the Season 1 B-League, and the reserve member Raven won it just a season ago in the Season 5 B-League. But our 2 championship contenders in this heat, the Greenies and the Frozen Felines. The Greenies sit in 3rd. That is Fern running for the team. And Yellow Eye of the Frozen Felines sits currently in dead last. As Ramen mentioned, this is going to be a 5-heat round with 2 heats. The other remaining competitors will compete after this group goes. And the top 4 of each heat move on directly to the finals, where there will be another 5-stretch heat. And again, the Frozen Felines, not good, back in the order, but the Greenies putting the work in up front. It is a long shot for them to win. They sit 20 points behind the championship-leading Marvelous Mints. But they've got a shot.
Yeah, for sure. They're doing what needs to be done so far. Fern, they need to win, and they need the Marvelous Mints to have an absolute disaster, but so far they are in a position to advance onto the final. Unlike Yellow Eye with the Frozen Felines, they also need to advance. They are 10 points behind our championship leaders, and right now they sit with only 3 points after 2 rounds. Still 60% of this heat to go, but they really need to pick up here in this 3rd round, and now they're off to a good start, but everyone's very close here, packed into the grabber tracks. Yellow Eye, will they be able to get the win? Yes, they will. Yellow Eye get the full points here from this 3rd round. They absolutely need that in front of the Galactic Empire and the Purple Rockets here, but they still have more work to do to get in that top 4, I'm sure.
Every point does matter. They're, like you said, they want to put that work in now. They've got 2 rounds to go here in this heat. And Yellow Eye gets the 8 points above Cosmo, 7, Sulfur, 6 with the Purple Rockets. Both of those teams, the only other ones who have medaled twice in this event, as Cosmo of the Galactic Empire takes the lead from the Greenies on a position count back. Yellow Eye is able to claw 1 spot up, but now, importantly, only sits 2 points adrift of the transfer spot. Remember, the top 4 move on. With the Frozen Felines looking to claw back some more. The Greenies looking to maintain their 2nd place spot. The Golden Lynxes are not going to finish this time. And the Frozen Felines will win the round. The Greenies will get another top half finish. This is looking pretty good for the Greenies, our hosts, who have had an absolutely phenomenal second half. I don't believe they finished in the bottom half once. And so they're looking to continue that streak and keep their championship aspirations alive here.
Yeah, it's looking really good now for our 2 championship contenders here. The Greenies haven't missed a beat in the marathon so far, and Yellow Eye's really clawing it back. Another full 8 points here. That should put them in the transfer position as the Thunder Gods. One of the podium contenders not going so well for them. And for Barry, for the Barry Brilliance, both of those teams need to win the event to have any chance of passing the Frozen Felines. As it stands, neither would advance, and Yellow Eye is in that transfer position. Critically, our 2 championship contenders are moving on as it stands. As we head to the final round of this first heat, things could definitely still go in for a whirlwind here as the two championship contenders are in front. Yellow Eye will get the full 8 points once again. That will mean they are definitely going to move on to the final. Same with Greenies. Our top two here in this final heat are the two teams higher up in the standings and can still win the championship. So both of them are going to go on to the final. Now the ball is in the other marbles court in the other heat to see what they can do.
Absolutely. This is incredible. This is, like you said earlier, this is one of the closest seasons we've ever had in the Marvel Sports games. And now the Felines, they've gotten themselves through. The Greenies have gotten themselves through as well. And I believe we'll have to see who get the other two. Team Eagle was up there. They're in third. I think they will take the other spot. Did the Galactic Empire hold on for, I would guess, the transfer position? Let's see what we've got here. Greenies will win the round 29 to Hawks 28, Yellow Eye 27, and Cosmo of the Galactic Empire, the two-time marathon champion, will also be advancing, knocking out the Purple Rockets and co. But now our second heat with the other three championship contenders, along with the Blue Moons, the Rainbows, the Bronze Tigers, the Balls of Fire, and the Moonlight Titans. Our three contenders, the Silver Dollars, the Valiant Vanillas, and of course our championship leaders, the Marvelous Mints. If the Mints get any semblance of solid points here, they can eliminate the Greenies, and I believe the Silver Dollars outright. But they're in 7th right now. But again, that's where Yellow Eye started last round. So there is time, for sure, for the Marvelous Mints to pick it up here.
Yeah, the Mints, every other team in contention except the Valiant Vanillas needed to advance to have any chance of beating the Mints. Of course, the Mints, if they advance and get a lot of points, they would knock out a lot of teams as well. But so far, Spearmint, the captain, not doing so well. Of course, it's only the first round, and we saw the 3 wins in a row to end it from Yellow Eye in the first heat. So any great run by Spearmint could dash the hopes of a lot of teams here. But we'll see how they take to it in the second round. Can they recover from that poor round? Oh, did they go off on the back there? I think that's going to be a DNF for Spearmint here. And now the other teams have a chance here to extend that gap. Valiant Vanillas, they're still running. They're going to be towards the back of the field here among these that finish. They'll get 4th place actually, so that's going to be a respectable 5 points. The Rainbows ahead of them and the Blue Moons there. But the Vanillas should be in a good position here. Mints and Silver Dollars also not finishing. Not so much for them.
Yeah, it's a DNF bonanza over here in round number 2. We lost 3 competitors, 2 championship contenders to the opening funnel. And that's not what you want to cook. This Marvelous Mints are precariously following the recipe that the Frozen Felines laid out before them, getting 3 points in 2 rounds. And it worked for the Frozen Felines because they won the next 3. Can Spearmint pull that same run out? And the Silver Dollars and Valiant Vanillas also currently not advancing. So the door is wide open, at least for the Greenies and Frozen Felines, if not for even more, depending on if these teams can claw back. And the first, they come through in a slew in this round. The Rainbows will win the round over the Moonlight Titans. Spearmint does take 6 solid points in 3rd place, which is definitely what they're going to need more of if they want to win this championship.
Yeah, it's still a bit of a long shot for our championship leaders to move on here, but this is a start here in round 3. They have gotten a decent finish here, and the Vanillas and the Silver Dollars in the bottom 3. Those two teams also weren't in the transfer positions heading into this round, and they're not going to get into that after this one. Now, they're in the bottom 3 here, the Silver Dollars, Marvelous Mints, and the Valiant Vanillas. The Silver Dollars, the closest to advancement, only 2 points off the cutoff. But anything can happen here in these final 2 rounds. The Mints aren't in a great position, but neither are the other 2 contenders. The Mints now in 2nd and now 1st here, but everyone's going to join them into the finals, and they're going to get pushed down to 3rd place, but that's still a very respectable finish for the Mints. And the Vanillas and the Silver Dollars still behind the Mints here in this 4th round.
Things are closing quickly for the Valiant Vanillas and the Silver Dollars. Again, the Vanillas were the only ones who did not need to advance if the Mints went out here. But if they're behind the Mints, it doesn't matter. It's over. They can't pass them in the heats here. So the Marvelous Mints trying to claw that back. The Silver Dollars and Valiant Vanillas, time's running out. And down in the back, it looks reminiscent of Season 2. It's the Bronze Tigers and the Balls of Fire duking it out for the end of this round. And the Spearmint is up to 5th. They are a point behind 2 teams, both the Balls of Fire and the Blue Moons. This is neck and neck. There was just 4 points that separate the bottom 6. And this is for all the marbles for a lot of these teams. The Mints, the last one out of the opening funnel. They're going to need to make up a lot of ground. And they're going to gain on a few teams. They're in the final funnel, but they're not going to finish in the top half. I do not believe the Marvelous Mints are going to be advancing. They're ahead of the Silver Dollars. They're done for sure. The Silver Dollars title runs will not live to see another round. But can the Marvelous Mints advance? It depends on who's ahead of them. This is really close. I don't know.
We're gonna have to wait for the graphic to see it. The Valiant Vanillas got 6 points here, but they were last place heading into this. I don't think it's gonna be enough for them. The Mints, 4 points. Will that be enough? It all depends on how the point shakeout is gonna come down to. A point or even tiebreakers here. The Silver Dollars last place, I think they're done for sure. Will not be a first Marble Sports Games proper title for them. And the Vanillas are also. Mints are out. Vanillas are out. Valiant Vanillas are done. It will not be a third title for them. The Mints just off. They're going to be decent in the bottom half. They will get 10th place. That will knock out the Greenies because the Mints need to do really poorly for the Greenies to still have a chance to win. So now it's all down to the Frozen Felines, who still need to get at least a silver to beat the Marvelous Mints to this championship.
Marvelous Mints, they are so much closer than they have ever known. Will the Felines wake up, shining bright like a diamond as we head to the midnight hour of this competition, the final, the Galactic Empire, the Bronze Tigers, the Balls of Fire, Team Eagle, Rainbows, Greenies, Moonlight Titans, and the Frozen Felines. They now control their own destiny. If they get one of the top 2 positions as Yellow Eye goes barreling into the finals, but gets pinballed around, they will still finish 4th. They went shooting on into that finals on a mission. They know what they have to do, but do they have the strength to do it? This is where you make the big bucks. They need a top 2 finish. The Mints can only watch in desperation now as they are looking to maintain this lead. They've had this lead for, I believe, 5 consecutive events. And now the Frozen Felines, who haven't led all season, are the only team that can deny them.
Yeah, the Mints have led this championship for longer than anyone else. Galactic Empire in a position to get their 3rd victory of the marathon, but the Frozen Felines are just 2 spots off right now of that elusive silver medal and that elusive Marble Sports Games Season 6 championship. As it stands, they would be off by just 4 points on the Mints, and the Greenies, as it stands, would also fall off the podium entirely. Well, we'll see how the other teams do here. The Greenies really want that podium here in their home stadium, but they get shuffled a bit back to 3rd place here in the orange funnels. Those orange funnels are really chaotic, especially when many marbles are coming into it at the same time. Can really change all kinds of positions here, as the Bronze Tigers will get the win in this second round. The Bronze Tigers, I'm sure, would love to throw a wrench in their rivals, the Frozen Felines' hopes. And as it stands, they are going to get the full 8 points from this round. We'll see where that puts them.
You gotta think the Tigers coming off good momentum too, with Tigris winning the last event, the triathlon. And Tigger gets the 8 points here above the Captain Fireball of the Balls of Fire. The Greenies, then the Galactic Empire. Yellow Eye slipping down in this round, and the Frozen Felines championship aspirations may be slipping away. In fact, they've fallen down to 3rd. The Greenies up into 2nd in the event, up into 2nd on the overall podium. And that would be by far the best performance of any host in Marble Sports Games history. And also, how sweet would it be for them to stick it to their rivals and knock the Valiant Vanillas off the podium? Yellow Eye this time is going to finish 2nd, and that is a huge redemption run, just behind the Marathon Wizard Cosmo of the Galactic Empire, but just ahead of the Greenies. And now the Greenies could not only thwart the Vanilla side, but could thwart the Frozen Felines' title aspirations if they stay ahead of them. Remember, the Felines need to get 2nd or 1st. And right now, that's not happening, with the Greenies and the Galactic Empire, the 2 front runners in this event.
Yeah, but we saw the standings were really close coming into this. The Felines were in 6th, but they were only a few points behind those top teams. So second place is going to help for them, even if the Galactic Empire and the Greenies are going to be ahead after this round. But just 2 more rounds to go in the final of the marathon here, and in the season as a whole. We'll see how it stands here. The Yellow Eyes just 3 points off that second place. The Galactic Empire and Greenies have that top 2, but it's not a safe top 2 here. What can the Frozen Felines do heading into the final 2 rounds? The Mints can only watch and wait as the Team Eagle, I don't know what they're doing over there. But off we go here.
Oh, we've got someone off the track. It's not Yellow Eye, though. Yellow Eye behind their frozen other rivals. They're going to finish with 6 points here behind the Moonlight Titans and Bronze Tigers. But notably, that is ahead of both the Greenies and the Galactic Empire. Oh, it's going to be close here. We got 1 round to go. Who is it who went flying? It's the Rainbows who went on a joyride off the track. Wee-woo, they're gone.
Yeah, the Greenies, they might be passed by the Frozen Felines here. I'm not sure. It'll be close. Actually, they only finished 2 points under the Frozen Felines. The Galactic Empire should hold the lead of the event so far, heading into the final, but it's going to be close for that second spot. Yellow Eye is going to inch ever closer to second place behind the Greenies. We'll see if anyone else can throw a whirlwind here. As it stands, they're actually down to 4th. They're down to 4th. Bronze Tigers have eclipsed them for 3rd place here, but it's just 1 point separating that top 3. It's just 2 points separating that the second to 5th. Those 2nd to 5th marbles. So it's all going to come down to this final round to decide a champion here in the Marble Sports Games in Season 6.
I'm going to give it their all here. Yellow Eye till the roof comes off and their bones collapse. They're behind the Galactic Empire and Team Eagle. Galactic's the first one through. They're passed by the Greenies. It's Galactic, and then it's Yellow Eye in 2nd. Silver medal champions, the Frozen Felines, have climbed to the top of the mountain and staked their claim in Marble Sports Games history. They crept and climbed up the standings slowly the entire season, stalking down the leaders like their prey, until finally now, on the final lap of the final event of the season, did they pounce.
It's only fitting that a season as close as this would come down to the final round of the final event. The Frozen Felines had not led at any point until this very moment for Yellow Eye behind Cosmo, the king of the marathon here. They will claim the final gold of the season, but it's the Frozen Felines in 2nd place in this final round, 2nd place in the event, and that is enough after just getting on the podium for their first Marble Sports Games overall top 3 last season. They have done 2 spots better this time and will claim the overall title.
I'm stunned. I'm in disbelief right now. Not at the fact that the Galactic Empire's won the marathon, that's happened a few times, but at the fact that finally, after 6 seasons, plus 4 funnel tournaments and the B and C leagues, we have had a lead change in the final event. The Frozen Felines get it done in the most stunning way possible. And they will sit the 2nd step of the marathon podium, the 1st step overall. Thank you all so much for watching this incredible season. I hope you enjoyed this finale as much as we did. What a treat to be here on the call. Thank you, Ramen, for joining me. I'm the Emperor, and for one last time, everybody, so long.